Do you ever catch yourself doing this? You promise you'll save a certain amount, and before you know it, the money is gone. If money keeps disappearing no matter how much you earn, it is not a discipline problem. It is a psychology problem, and it started long before you were aware of it. Most conversations about money focus on the numbers, budgets, savings rates, what to do. But for a lot of people, the problem is not knowing what to do. It is that something keeps happening before the knowing turns into doing. Money comes in, and before the month is over, it is gone. Not because of one big decision, because of 100 small ones that all felt reasonable in the moment, and the cycle repeats. What is actually happening is psychology, patterns formed long before you had any awareness of them. Today, we go through 5 of those patterns, where they come from, what they look like, and what the shift actually is. None of what follows is about blame. These patterns exist because at some point, they made sense. They were a response to something real. Understanding them is not about finding fault. It is about finding the door. I never had it, so now I spend it. Money arrives, and almost immediately, there is a pull to use it. Eating out more, buying things that have been put off, treating yourself, treating others. And at the end of the month, the account is back to near zero. Not because anything dramatic happened, but because spending happened constantly in small amounts that all felt justified. This pattern often comes from growing up without money. When there is never enough, scarcity becomes the default. And when money eventually arrives, the brain does not automatically switch to security mode. Money feels temporary, like it could disappear at any moment. So the instinct is to use it before it does. When you grow up without money, spending can feel like freedom. And that feeling is real. Spending is proof that things are different now. The problem is, the pattern stays running long after the circumstances have changed. Here is the reframe. Keeping money does not mean going back to scarcity. A growing balance today is not an empty account from childhood. It is evidence you are building something. Learning to sit with money without spending it immediately is not restriction. It is a new kind of freedom. Shift. Slow down spending decisions by 24 to 48 hours. Not to say no, just to let the impulse settle. Over time, learn to associate keeping money with safety, not loss. Transition setup. The second pattern is less about the past and more about the people around you right now. The first pattern looks inward. The second one looks outward, at the people around you and the pressure they quietly create. FOMO and wanting to belong. Someone books a trip. A group dinner gets planned at a restaurant slightly out of budget, and a quiet discomfort arrives. If you do not participate, you will be on the outside of something. So you go. You keep up, not because you particularly wanted to, but because being left out felt worse than the cost. This is not vanity. It is one of the most deeply human drives that exists, the need to belong. For people who have experienced exclusion before, that drive can be especially strong. Because being left out is not just uncomfortable, it has a history. Sometimes it's not about the money, it's about wanting to feel like you belong. The people whose spending you are trying to match, do you actually know their financial situation? Most people performing a certain lifestyle are not in the position it looks like they are in. You are comparing your internal reality to someone else's external performance, and that comparison costs you money every single month. Shift. Notice the specific triggers. Which situations or platforms make you spend to keep up? Then ask, what do I actually value? Not what looks good, what genuinely matters to you. Transition setup. The third pattern hits hardest on the hard days, and most people never connect it to money at all. The third pattern is the most emotionally immediate one, and it is the one most people never recognize as a money pattern. Instant gratification, stressful day, long week. And somewhere in that tension, a thought arrives. I deserve this. So you order food you did not need or open a shopping app and buy something. For a moment, it works. The stress softens until it does not, and the balance is a little lower. This is dopamine-driven behavior. Your brain seeks a fast reward to offset current discomfort. Spending works because it gives something immediate, a sense of control, a moment of relief. The problem is, the relief is short and the cost is long. Spending gives a quick sense of control, even when it creates problems later. Under stress, the part of your brain responsible for long-term thinking goes quieter. The part that wants immediate relief gets louder. So the decision to spend is not irrational. It is your brain doing exactly what it is designed to do under pressure. The shift is not about willpower. It is about catching the moment before the brain takes over. Shift. Add a small delay. 10 minutes, a walk, a glass of water. Anything that creates a gap between the emotional trigger and the spending decision. You cannot interrupt a pattern you have not noticed yet. Transition setup, right arrow. The fourth pattern goes even deeper. It is not about emotion in the moment. It is about who you believe you are. The fourth pattern operates at the deepest level. It is not about a trigger or a feeling. It is about identity. Money comes, money goes. Money comes in, and almost predictably, something happens. An unexpected expense, an impulsive decision. The balance returns to zero, every time. And after this repeats enough times, a belief forms quietly. Not as a decision, just as a conclusion the brain draws from the evidence. I am bad with money. This is just how it is for me. Once that belief is in place, behavior starts to match it. Not because you want it to, because the brain is extremely good at acting in line with its own identity. If you believe you are someone money does not stay with, your behavior will consistently produce that result, unconsciously, automatically. You don't act based on what you want. You act based on who you believe you are. Identity does not change through declarations. It changes through small, repeated evidence that contradicts the old belief. Keep $50 untouched for 2 weeks. Make one decision a person good with money would make. Each small action is a vote for a new identity, and votes accumulate. Shift. Start small and build proof. One piece of evidence that contradicts the old belief, then another. Identity shifts slowly through consistent small actions, not through one big decision. Transition setup, right arrow. The fifth pattern is what keeps all the others invisible, because if you are not looking, nothing can change. The fifth pattern is what keeps all the others running, because it makes everything else impossible to address. Avoiding money completely. The bank app has a notification. You dismiss it without opening. There is a bill somewhere you have not dealt with. The balance is something you have a rough sense of but have not actually checked in a while. Not because you do not care, because looking feels bad. Money, for a lot of people, is not just a practical subject. It is tied to shame, anxiety, a fear of seeing exactly how bad things are. And the mind's instinct when something causes that level of discomfort is to not look at it. The problem is that avoidance does not make the situation better. It makes it worse, silently, consistently. Avoiding your money might feel easier, but it keeps you stuck. Here's the smallest possible starting point. Not a budget, not a financial plan. Just open your bank account today. Do not analyze it. Do not judge what you see. Just look. The anxiety of the unknown is almost always worse than the reality. And every time you look without disaster happening, your brain gets slightly more comfortable with looking again. Shift. Start with one small act of financial contact per week. Check your balance. Open that notification. The goal is not to fix everything. The goal is to stop running from it. 5 patterns. Scarcity that turns spending into freedom. The need to belong that turns comparison into cost. Stress that turns spending into relief. Identity that turns beliefs into behavior. And avoidance that keeps all of it invisible. None of these are character flaws. They are responses. Learned, understandable, human responses. And once understood, they can be changed. Not all at once, but step by step. It is not that you cannot keep money. It is that your relationship with money was shaped long before you were aware of it. Now you are aware, and that changes what is possible. If this gave you something useful, share it with someone who needed to hear it. The next video goes deeper on how to start rebuilding that relationship from the ground up. Subscribe to the channel for more content on mindset, money, and making better decisions.